sister, Bassett. Yes. It's you.
I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dane,
Hello, Forrest.
you got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle, cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time. I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello everyone, this is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish.
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want, this is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradleys Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day, whether that's evening, like I think it's, what is it, nighttime here? I think it's nighttime. Nighttime looks like nighttime outside right now. Whether it's nighttime or whether it's maybe it's mid-morning, middle of the night. It all depends on where you're watching from. I have no idea. But I hope that everybody has had a great Monday so far. It is the first day of the work week. They'll do the air quotes, the work week. My name is Ronnie Bradley. By the way, you're watching Follow the Bradleys Fun, and this is The Dish. The dish. Yes, it is where we dish about pop culture and movies and TV shows and theme parks and travel and whatever else that there is out there to dish about. Maybe we will let's see. We could dish about my, how do I add this? I really should add these things before I start the show, I swear. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we'll dish about my spread shop, because we've got some new items at the spread shop, and so we'll throw that on the screen for you. You can see the items on the spread shop right here. The Follow the Bradleys Fun family avatar logo. I changed it up just enough so that if you were, let's say you're wearing the t-shirt, right? Now this is the premium t-shirt, Follow the Bradleys Fun YouTube. t-shirt. It actually shows a little YouTube play button now so that people aren't going, what the heck is Follow the Bradley's Fun? Now they can see that it's a YouTube channel. So you wear the shirt and then people scan the back and they can follow the Bradley's Fun too. And I can just have a whole world full of people stalking me because, yeah, that's the kind of bizarro person that I am. I just want everybody stalking me. Oh my gosh. But we've got that. And then we've also got, and this is something I really, really like here, the dish. So, you know, it used to be the Daily Dish, which is a long name. And guess what? Cracker Barrel already has the Daily Dish on their menu. I don't want to be copying Cracker Barrel in anything these days. So we have the dish. And there you can see what that design looks like. Anyway, go check out the stuff on the spread shop. Going Shogi probably already put the link somewhere in the chat if you haven't. Excuse me. Because I saw them out there. Going Shogi, if you have that link, you can throw that in the chat if you happen to be listening. Native Hawaiian has it. Perfect. Thank you, Native Hawaiian. Check out all the merch shop, the fun. Indeed. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight because, as you know, you guys are it for me. You guys are you're the energon. You're the reason I come here to be here with you. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you all for being here. You give me the energon to my transformer.
Toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
And I also have energy coming from my awesome guest, my panelist, coming in tonight to join us. First and foremost, we have Jess from Jess Hart's Theme Parks. Thank you for being here tonight with us. Jess,
hey.
How you doing?
Really good. How are you?
I am alive. I am kicking. I worked out today. Today was the first day of my 4th week in a row of workouts. So hopefully
that's awesome.
I'm getting back in shape. As Tom always likes to say, well, round is a shape. But yeah, I'm trying to, you know, my dad is, he's just getting out of the hospital today and going into a care facility. People in my family, there's health issues and stuff. So I'm just trying to do everything I can to stave it off and stay young like you, Jess. What do you like?
I'll take it. That's
20,
plus
20,
or minus 16 years. Yeah.
Close enough. You might as well be under 50 to me is young. So
I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Erica says, yes, we all have our own shape language. That was funny, Erica. That's really funny. Considering Geo82 and all of that. And let's bring in some of my other guests. Who else is here with us? We have, sometimes he is known as a stuttering guitarist. Sometimes he is known as Strings and Pucks. We just call him Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to have you here. How you doing tonight, man? Can you hear me okay?
Doing really good. Yeah, I can. I might be moving to another room thanks to Comcast, but yeah, doing really good. It's a Monday, and that progressively means less as the years go on.
Yeah, you know, it's. I was telling my wife, you know, it's really weird when you add something to your schedule and you do it every single day, like working out. It changes the way you perceive time. Just as the year 2020, I think for all of us changed the way we perceive time. It's almost impossible for me to believe that almost 6 years now has gone by since the year 2020. And that really just changed all of our perception of time. You can't have everything stop for like a year. and then it gets going again. And when it gets going again, everything feels faster.
I put in an article or one of the hockey blogs I write that it feels like our version of BC and AD, that everyone talks about life before lockdowns and after, and with the same relevance of this was earth changing for everybody. There's no one who is immune from some major change in how life went. So yeah, 100%. Very big.
True. I mean, it's kind of like going back in time.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to even believe that you are here.
But he is here. Tom F is back from the future. What's up, Tom?
It's going good.
Good.
I was thinking of going to Cracker Barrel and seeing what's going on there.
You were just there yesterday.
You can get a seat right away.
Yeah, it's. I will say this. Sometimes I think, okay, you know what? Maybe Cracker Barrel, Disney, some of these other companies, maybe they're just making what they call guest forward moves. In other words, they have heard the biggest complaint. You guys are so popular, you're always crowded. Is there anything you can do about that? And they're like, you know what? All we have to do is offend the vast majority of our normal audience or normal guests, and we'll clear them out. And then the people coming will be like, oh, there's hardly anybody here. This is great. I can now walk into Cracker Barrel and get seated just like that. How awesome. On a Sunday afternoon. And the fortunate thing is the people that are going there on Sunday afternoon, they don't have to worry about going at a certain time because it's not like they have church.
Oh, jeez. Oh. So there's a shift in the demographic. Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, what time do the Unitarian Universalists meet?
There's still an argument of if there is an appropriate day.
Is there? I don't know. I have one friend who is a Unitarian Universalist. Not making fun of them, by the way. It's just funny because I don't think they meet on Sundays necessarily. But what we do know is that there are good people watching the stream tonight. So I want to say hi to everybody. Let's say hi, Linda.
Oh, Linda
belongs to Tom, I think.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Good evening, Ron. Follow the Bradley's Fun panel, and everyone joining the chat. Hit that thumbs up like button. And our good friend Tom is also in the chat as well as on the screen. As so is Jess. And so is Going Shogi. No, he's not on the screen. He is moderating all the way from California, throwing that wrench around. God, somebody else talk for a second.
I feel like I'm really left out right now. I'm the only one with no glasses.
That's okay. You don't want the kind of glasses that those people wear when they become corporate moguls. That it's like.
True. My thing, I had laser surgery, or I would be there with you. But
I don't know that laser helps. I'm farsighted, so it's only the reading glass thing. It's like because I'm looking at my screen so close that I need glasses for.
I'm wearing these because they're blue blockers, and I get ocular migraines. So
that's fair.
These are Ray-Ban bifocals. That's when you know you're old.
Those are
Ray-Ban.
sweet. You didn't have to tell us that they were bifocals.
These are
bifocals, Jeremy.
Crap.
Are you pulling your leg?
No, I can't reach it. I'm in Michigan.
I ordered these from the back of a comic book. They're called X-ray specs, and when I put my hand up, I can see my bones.
I always wanted those.
I've actually
want those actually.
I have owned a pair of X-ray specs. And they do the way they work is they blur like your hand or whatever. So in the midst of it, you see a silhouette. So it creates the illusion of you seeing bones.
Really?
Or if you were looking at a woman who happened to have on, let's say, a tight dress or whatever, it would create the illusion that you're seeing like a silhouette under her clothes, but it's just her. That it's like, so
Well,
it was
you
funny.
just-
They were X-rays.
I hope you're sponsored because I think you just sold a few pairs.
It's your Archie comic shop guy.
Yeah, and after
Your
that,
boy's
we
life.
put, let's put my mom on the stage. My mom, hello everyone, hi mom. That's
She's like, what did I do? Why did I give him those?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Dragon Queen, I love that Dragon Queen is here. Thank you so much, Dragon Queen, for being here. I was told there was a party since my TV lied about me being about Pro Show being late. Pro Show is right after this show. Nobody changed that dial. If you're wanting to watch the WDW Pro Show, we were streaming right in to him. And there's a possibility. I want to try and stop my show like really close to the time that he starts. But yeah, we'll go right into the Pro Show. It could end just a little bit earlier, but don't change that dial. If you're here, you're going to go right into the Pro Show. Just hit the like button first. That's all we ask. Linda Burns, she's saying hi to the other people. Let's see who else. Dragon Queen Erica is here from Erica and Raph. Hello, Erica, and of course, my beautiful wife is in the chat. Hello,
Virginia. I love that. Is a really cool emoji you got going on there. Is that dabbing that the cool kids do?
Yeah, that's what that is. Kit Kat. Kit Kat, funny thing, I ate you last night. Somebody broke me off a piece. That's what you do. I mean, hey, give me a break. Give me a break.
I thought this was a PG show, man.
I ate the Kit Kat bar. It was delicious. I love the chocolate and I love the crispy. And I like to take the Kit Kat break. Just like
poor Jeremy's losing it.
We've already lost him. He's done. We're 20 minutes in.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Family show. I ate a Kit Kat bar. Native Hawaiian, who's also wrenching away out there. Thank you so much, Native Hawaiian. Aloha, y'all. He says to us from Texas. Can I try to drive 73? I don't know. Is that what that means? Can I?
Knight Rider. Knight Rider 73.
Knight Rider 73, probably born in 1973.
Kit.
20 plus years.
It's Kit. I wished I had a dad, and I wish he was David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff was the coolest guy. He drove a robot car, talked to him. That was the Star-Lord.
Wore leather pants in Germany. He was fantastic.
Remember that David Hasselhoff was Star-Lord's hero in Guardians 2? I just watched all the Guardians movies in a row, like 1, 2, and 3, without all of the filler stuff, without the Christmas special, without the other Guardian stuff. It's really interesting to watch them 1, 2, 3 and see how they play out. And what bothers me about watching the Guardians movies is how much I really enjoy them versus how much I absolutely hated Superman, because Superman felt like a Guardians movie and it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching James Gunn's Superman, it's so James Gunnsian that it's like I don't know, the way his signature is on the Guardians movies, it brings so much of that to Suicide Squad and Superman, and it's just like everything he does that it feels out of place. Like the certain actions, certain jokes, the way Superman was filmed flying, for example, felt really out of place, because there's a shot where he's flying and it looks exactly like Star-Lord flying, and Star-Lord and Superman are they're just visually they should be presented differently. Yeah. And he got the opportunities to sort of invent the cinematic Star-Lord, and that's great. But the problem is cinematic Superman has already been invented. So if you're going to reinvent him, you can't reinvent him back to something else that people know, like Star-Lord. You could do something new, but he didn't. He reverted. He didn't really do anything new with Superman that people hadn't seen before with Star-Lord, and that's a big problem, in my opinion. So, it's very divisive. Some people loved it. And if people loved it, that's fine. Killer TJS 2 says, what up, everyone? And people said hi to TJ Magnify, TJS. What's that? I'm trying to see if I missed anyone. Kit Kat, got you. Mr. Fulton Mraz is here. Didn't have a softball game last Saturday morning, but on the other team forfeited, and we're headed to our state game. Back-to-back champions for softball team. Hey, congratulations, man! Awesome there. Knight Rider, Dragon Queen, making sure that we got everybody. Oh, thank you, Kit Kat. I appreciate that. Yes. Zeke was here, says K-pop Demon Hunters kicking Disney's behind. I wrote an article about that for thatparkplace.com. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Is this the same? Yeah. Got that one. Steve. This says Steve and Tina Jewel, or Steve. Maybe it's Steve and Tina Jewel. Maybe it's two people. If it's two people, well, hello to both of you. If it's one person, hello to one of you. Robert Sprite is here. Hello, Robert. Let's see. Migraines. Oh, by the way, a lot of people don't know this, but it happened. Is anybody here in the panel old enough to remember the diet chocolate chews that were called AIDS, AYDS?
No. I can see where that marketing went south, though.
Yeah, that marketing failed.
Okay, so the AIDS was a huge thing. It was because it was a diet aid. It was called AIDS, was spelled AYDS. It was a huge thing in the 70s and early 80s.
There's your answer.
Yes, so it was huge, and then of course
I think Jeremy remembers them.
Well, similar to the timing of AIDS going south, right?
God. Not even 24 minutes. Right off the stage.
Chocolate chews, people. Chocolate chews. They were AIDS diet chocolate. They were like little chocolate. They were like chocolate chews, right? Anyway, you would put this brown chocolate in your mouth, and it would help you lose weight. Okay, so just like the timing of this Cracker Barrel thing is like at the end of the woke era, something happened in that same era. There was a cereal that came out that also it's failed spectacularly, almost pre-release, and it was called Migraines. It was a horrible name for a breakfast cereal.
It's pretty bad.
And I don't think anybody realized the commercial. The commercial was like, "Start your day with migraines." So yeah, that kind of
excuse me, I'm wrenching Ron.
No.
Robert Sprite, I'm waving to you, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
This is fantastic.
Let me see. Knight Rider, we're PG-13. James All Day is here. James All Day. What up? He says, this I'm doing, by the way, in lieu of reading Super Chat. So if Disney is having trouble with getting male audiences, they could re-release films from the past in theaters like Treasure Planet and Atlantis the Lost Empire. They could do that. That would be fine. Dog demands to go outside and got to listen to the puppers. Yeah, if you don't listen to the puppers, you might have it rough. rough.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Am I barking up the wrong tree?
I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. So guys, we have a goal of 5 super chats. Now, the way I do my super chat goal, I like to let people know it's not a $5 or up super chat. It actually should work for any super chat that's 99 cents and up, any of the colors, any level of a super chat, no matter what, will add towards the goal. If you don't have it, don't do it, please. But if you want a super chat, that will add it toward the goal. Although The goal would be suggested by you. So we get 5 super chats. You can tell me what you want from me, and then we do it. Again, it's 99 cents and up. If we get them, great. We celebrate all of them that we get. If somebody becomes a member of the channel, somebody drops memberships during the show, member milestone chat, any support we get, we love to celebrate. Now, when we celebrate, please celebrate with us in the chat below. We want you to drop celebration emojis. If you're a member of the channel, you can drop any of the channel member emojis, or if you're not a member of the channel, that's fine. Drop fireworks emojis, dance emojis, anything like that. Let's practice right now and show you what a celebration might look like when we celebrate. It might look something a little bit like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's a birthday!
This is just the best of us see. Yes, we're back. Okay. Yes, this is what they look like in the chat. Celebration time. All right, so let's get to some of these stories. How many people out there have heard of the K-pop demon hunters? It sounds, the first time I heard of the term, like the title K-pop demon hunters, like, I don't know why, but my brain sort of ignored the K-pop part of it, and I'm like, is it like a horror movie or what? I really didn't know what it was. So I went to Netflix to check it out, and I'm like, oh, it's a cartoon, it's for kids. And I started watching it so I could kind of get the gist of what it was. I'm like, this thing's actually pretty good. It has become a phenomenon, K-pop demon hunters, so much so that every single week it's been on Netflix, the viewership numbers have gone up for it. The songs are charting. They're beating Disney songs on Billboard charts from past Disney movies. It's huge. So this weekend, they released K-pop Demon Hunters, a sing-along version in a limited number of theaters. And in that limited number of theaters, it wasn't wide release. It was limited release. And it hit number 1 for the box office for this weekend. That is so huge. So this is right out of the numbers. We're going to discuss this. This is crazy. K-pop Demon Hunters sing-along event. You can even see that it's an event. Grossed $19.2 million in 1,700 theaters. And again, this was a Netflix release. It's been on Netflix for 7 weeks, meaning the people that went to go see it have already seen it. It's not even brand new. And I think, Jeremy, didn't you work out to what that meant per theater?
Yeah, it's over $10,000 per theater. It's incredible.
10,000 per theater in only 1,700 theaters. A wide release is like 4,000 theaters. This is America, the North American market only. This is nuts. And out of the numbers, there's a short write-up weekend projections. K-pop Demon Hunters wins the weekend. Oh my gosh. The K-pop Demon Hunters sing-along event will pull off a landmark box office win this weekend, topping the third weekend of Weapons by $18 million to $15.6 million, respectively, and becoming the first Netflix movie to top the weekend box office chart. With the rest of the weekend marked by movies targeted at niche audiences, the streaming crossover is a boost for theaters, although one that highlights how rarely Netflix takes advantage of their huge market power to make some money by selling tickets to events. Why do you think, what is it about Netflix that you think they would want to limit this? Like why do you think they might want to limit this in the box office, Jess?
So they could spread it out longer. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of research that went into where this would be best received, and they have all of that data from their normal viewers, like the actual app or on your television. But I think anytime there's kind of that feeling like there's limited supply, the demand goes higher.
Yeah. Now, it's I believe it was produced by Sony. I think this is a Sony production, and Netflix probably doesn't want to lose out on whatever the future of this franchise might become now that it's like an instant worldwide phenomenon. I mean, this thing is trending everywhere. It's huge. And a matter of fact, let's go over to this story out of thatparkplace.com. Netflix stuns Hollywood as K-pop Demon Hunters crushes the box office with, as we know now, it's a $19.2 million weekend limited release. The reason it says 18 million is this was written with the earlier projections, and it crushed even those projections. So out of thatparkplace.com by our good friend Marvin Montanaro, these girls that you see in the picture here, so they form a girls group in the movie called Huntrix, and they're like super popular around the world. But they are part of a clan, if you will, of singing women that have passed on from generation to generation to generation in different styles of music over the generations. Their ability to use their music to kill demons. Which sounds so weird. Like, it sounds like such a weird...
Well, it does more than that.
Okay, go ahead.
It also is supposed to help shield the world with some kind of a force field type thing. I forgot what they were calling it, a Homan or something like that. But it goes from gold to red with the shield for the dimensions of the demon, so they can't.
Look at this. Zeke was here. It's kicking Disney's butt, and me and my family loved it in the theater. And that's the thing. You know, this is it's sort of a girl brand type of thing, but this is so important. When you have the right kind of property that is made for its audience, it will often cross over, and people from the other audiences like it. For example, Star Wars is a boy brand. Marvel is a boy brand. In those boy brands, there's a lot of female audience. A lot of women love those things, but they love them as the boy brand that they were created for. Mm-hmm. And guys are going to like this too. My son really, really enjoyed K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, he's watching other things. That was just like a one and done watch for him, but he liked it when he watched it. It was brand new, and I'm sure it came across his thing as a kid. He's like, okay, sure, I'll watch it. It's fun music. And that's what's so important about a brand like this. If you write for your audience and you have a good story, a story where the hero has something that they really need to overcome and they're not overpowered immediately, they're not like a girl boss type thing, it comes off different and it's well received. So in this story, Marvin writes, the movie industry just got blindsided in a shocking turn of events. The Sony Netflix animated feature K-pop Demon Hunters has taken the #1 spot at the domestic box office this weekend, pulling in an estimated $18 million, despite already being available to stream on Netflix for weeks. And this is out of X, discussing film, wrote, K-pop Demon Hunters, #1 movie at the domestic box office this weekend, estimated $18 million. Netflix's first ever film to become #1 at the box office. And there's some shots from the movie. This marks a historic milestone for the streaming giant. Netflix's first film ever to debut at #1 in theaters. They've had other movies in the theaters. I think, what was that one with The Rock and Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, the red something or other. That went to theaters, didn't do that well. It's Netflix's first film ever to debut at #1 in theaters, and the feat is even more impressive given the uphill battle this animated musical faced in its theatrical rollout. Limited showings, no AMC support. Industry insiders were quick to point out that K-pop Demon Hunters wasn't even given a traditional wide release. The movie was available in around 1,700 theaters for a special sing-along event. Notably, AMC Theaters, the largest chain in North America, refused to screen it. Now, something I should say about I don't know about a lot of AMC theaters, but I know there are AMC theaters that have deals with Disney. For example, Disney Springs, the theater there, is an AMC theater. Pro writes, note, this is with extremely limited showings, no AMC support. Had Netflix allowed it, the movie would have likely grossed 50 million plus this weekend. Yeah. Crazy thought. Jeremy, I'm going to go to you. Because I know we were discussing this earlier. What are your thoughts on this phenomenon hitting 10 grand per theater?
So I'm kind of a cartoon nerd, not necessarily the anime and K-pop stuff, but there was a cartoon out of Canada called Mysticons. It went right to Nickelodeon, 2 quick seasons, and it was all girl hunters and dragons and things. My wife loved it. It had a huge audience of male and female viewers. And I'm starting to see that I think Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever you call it, they just want a good story. I mean, the animation was awful on that. I look at this, that you're reaching that group and getting them to spend money. Gen X will always spend money. Gen Y will spend a little less, and Gen Z, good luck. This hit all the boxes, and it's doing what Minecraft did. Remember Minecraft's Second Life with Chicken Jockey and all that?
Chicken Jockey!
Yeah, people showing up with barnyard animals and bad intentions, and it was fantastic for the movie. So I hope this gets AMC to say, Disney, I'm sorry, because it's back to school. They need money.
Cut
they
out for a
need
second.
to get above this hump. Oh, sorry about that. Just huge and awesome. Awesome.
Jess, have you seen any of K-pop Demon Hunters? You have Netflix, or have you streamed any of it?
I have Netflix. I have not gone into this show at all just because I really didn't know much about it, but now I'm really interested. I think, Ron, your son is 11?
12.
12. Okay, so not much older than mine. Is this like kid appropriate at that age?
Oh, yeah, as far as I could tell. So the movie opens up and there's a concert, there's a venue, there's like 50,000 fans waiting for them in the venue, and they're late and they're like getting called and they're like, oh, why are we late? We're fine. And then they realize that, there's like these
don't give it away. Let her see it.
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's not really spoiler stuff. It's just showing that there are demons on that plane. That's like the opening fight, and it's cool because they're singing. The song comes on, and they use the song as a fight, and it's just really well done. Like, I was so impressed at how I was looking at it going, okay, if I was like anywhere between 11 and probably 19, 20. And this was out at that point in time in my life. I'm like, I would have watched this. It reminded me of Battle. What were they called? Not Battlestar Galactica.
Battle of the Planets.
No. It was It was in the same era as Voltron and He-Man, and it was Battle something, and I can't remember what it was. Space Ghost was on during that era, but it kind of reminded me of that sort of type of thing. Actually, I guess even what was his name? Speed Racer. Even Speed Racer was kind of anime back in our era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had that.
Racer X, Speed Racer, all that, man.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that as anime, but I look back at it now and I'm like, okay, that was like the early versions of what anime is now. And this is sort of I guess this is kind of anime. I've never been a huge anime fan, but it's like a lot of people are. It's just going nuts. Erica says this is extremely popular with 7 and 8 year olds, and I believe this came on the I think it's like on the marked safe for kids on Netflix.
Okay, that's good to know.
So yeah. Now, of course, some of that kind of stuff you obviously have to be careful with, more so on Disney these days, because there's a couple of things that are marked safe for kids that I will never, ever let my kids watch on Disney. There are some shorts on there that are just so inappropriate with basically the the Skittles religion doctrine thrown in your face. And I am not a big fan of having the Skittles religion doctrine thrown in my kid's face. It's not, if you, anybody who knows what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
The Skittles crowd, the Taste the Rainbow crowd. I don't want to taste the rainbow.
Dan Candy.
Pedro Pascal tastes the rainbow.
Yes, he does.
You have it in the beginning of your show. What is wrong with you?
We get to live that every single
rainbowy.
episode.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And I'm not changing it for a while.
I'm just not watching that first 5 minutes of the show.
It's only in there for like 5 seconds.
Jeremy, you do that again, man. I'm leaving.
It was on.
What?
It was
You're
on
in Florida,
the pro show,
dude.
Guys. It was on the pro show. And I have permission.
If I turn my camera, I still can see you, man. What's the deal?
So, and Erica says right here, 1,000% safe for kids and families to watch together too. So,
awesome.
and how much entertainment do we even have like that? That's made like that these days? I don't think we have a lot.
Honestly, like as a kid who grew up mostly in the 90s, I mean, I've been going back to the shows that I watched. Like Alf is the new hit in my house. For anyone who watched Alf, like
I just watched that.
Before you get up to that final snack, I want you to know I've got your cat.
I have an original Alf ball in the garage.
Do you really? That's
Yeah.
great.
My wife
was a. Go ahead. Sorry, Ron.
No, I was going to say my beautiful wife. The only thing she asked for out of MegaCon is she wanted something Alf from MegaCon,
Awesome.
and I'm like, oh my gosh! So I'm going around the floor in MegaCon, and I'm like, there's like literally billions of items there. It just seems like, and finally I found one Alf thing that I was able to get for her, so I was very happy about that. Go ahead.
Yes, so I was just going to say, Alf represented something so cool in the 90s. That was the show the parents and the kids enjoyed.
Yeah.
The humor was a little Seinfeldish, like the parents loved it, but for the kids, there was Alf, right? And Looney Tunes was the same in our house. Like, Dad liked Bugs Bunny, and that was so cool for us to see him stop and watch it,
Yeah, I have very good memories of Bugs and the Warner Brothers because of working at Six Flags. So
you're surrounded by it.
Yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity of what at Disney they would call being friends with Foghorn Leghorn for one single day because I had a different job. I was in shows. I played Batman in the night show, and I sang and danced at the day show. But I did a lot of other things. I got trained because I was 20 years old that summer that I was working there in the shows. And I'm like, I have nothing else to do in my life. So put me to work everywhere you can. And it didn't matter what job. This is going to sound so sad. It was 1992. So as entertainers, we were the highest paid people in the park, and we were making $7 an hour. Everybody else was making like $350, $450, whatever.
Ooh.
We're $7 an hour. But every time I worked, I got my $7 an hour. It didn't matter what role I did. So I got trained on the train, and I was able to spiel on the train. And they loved it when I spieled on the train because I would do different voices, some of which I can't do today. Like I would do Bill Cosby on the train.
Oh.
So when I can't do that today, I would be like, and then back at the 1904 World Fair,
you want to tell
the waffle cone. Yeah, no, we couldn't really get away with that today, but it was fun. So yeah, I have some experience with the Warner Brothers characters, but this K-pop stuff is it's a whole different deal, whole new era.
Cold, we're getting old.
I wanted to see. Well, yeah. Well, okay, so this is interesting because this is where it goes on and it becomes really fun. It says Hollywood's embarrassing weekend. And this is what's so fun is that these guys came in and they embarrassed the rest of Hollywood. The optics here are hard to ignore. A streaming first movie, one that's been sitting on Netflix since June, managed to trounce every other film in the theaters, including big studio releases. some of which we're going to talk about in the next story. This is very, very interesting what's going on with some of what has been the biggest thing in box office lately, and it's not anymore. So the top competition, Neon's Weapons, only managed an estimated 15.6 million in its third weekend while still holding on to premium screens in theaters like AMC. Meanwhile, Disney and other studios with far wider distribution couldn't come close to matching the per theater averages Netflix pulled off with the limited event. It raises an uncomfortable question for Hollywood. If audiences are willing to leave their couches to see a Netflix original in theaters, even after weeks of streaming, what does that say about the value of current big budget blockbusters? That is, we need to stop and discuss right there. Jess, what's going on? Why can't Hollywood produce something that people want to come to theaters for?
Well, I think, are just so stuck on the messaging that they've been trying to put out there for about the last decade or so. They're not speaking to the majority of their audience anymore. And apparently Netflix has found a way to do that.
I mean, if you produce a movie that is fun to watch and the only message is good versus evil and good overcomes evil, maybe that's what people need. I mean, like, okay, Tom or Jeremy, what would drive you to go to the movie theaters to see something, to get out of your house and actually pay $10-15 a ticket plus, the $15 popcorn, the $12 soda pop? What drives you to go spend that kind of money?
I'll say for us, the first, Hollywood keeps recycling. So it's the same movie being made over and over again because they're risk averse at this point. So something truly new and original like this that we can enjoy, or something with so much nostalgia attached to it. We talked about seeing the last Jurassic Park in premium format because we love the dinosaurs and you want to see them huge on the screen, right? But other than that, it's a recycled bin of, oh, we're gonna reboot the last reboot we rebooted 5 years ago.
Right.
Great. And now I just don't trust them because they're so bad so many times. I have to hear so many good reviews that by that time
it's funny you mentioned trust, and I think trust is
something like this and something like nostalgia based.
Yeah, and I think trust is a big reason that this won out in theaters because people already knew what they were getting. They knew they could trust it. So now it's like, if it's this good when it's on the small screen, how much more do I want to go see it blown up on the big screen? And look at the audience for it. That audience is going to go, oh my God. I mean, they're going crazy. For a lot of the audience that might be the young girls looking up to these Huntrix band, it might be right now, at least, as close as they can get to going to see them live in concert. Yeah. It probably had that kind of a feel. It's to me, it says huge things about the fact that Hollywood, the people that have been in charge for the last 5-10 years, they really don't know what they're doing. As far as putting things out in the theaters, they're not getting it. So this is a cultural juggernaut. It says the success of K-pop Demon Hunter is not a fluke. The animated film has become a global sensation powered by a devoted fan base and the hit soundtrack. The breakout single Golden recently topped the Billboard 100 and Global 200 charts, cementing its status as the song of the summer. And it's on Netflix. It already ranked as one of the service's most watched animated originals of all time. The theatrical turnout simply reinforces the cultural footprint the film has carved out in just 2 months. The bigger picture is that this weekend's box office win is more than just a headline for Netflix. It's a warning shot across Hollywood's bow. Studios have been pouring hundreds of millions into sequels, reboots, and ideological experiments only to watch them limp along at the box office. Meanwhile, Netflix quietly delivered a surprise juggernaut with a limited 2-day event. It's crazy. Legacy Studios can't beat Netflix film. It's been free to stream for weeks. Then it might be time to ask some very uncomfortable questions about the state of theatrical cinema, and that's exactly what we are doing right now, is asking those very uncomfortable questions. The state of theater. I don't know, Tom. What is, in your estimate, the state of the movie theater and the theatrical experience?
Oh, it's a loaded question, Ron.
It sure is.
What is the state of the? Well, there hasn't been nothing that's come out in the theaters that really drawn me in a while. Even if it's sci-fi based or superhero based, it just.
What was the last thing that you went to see in a theater? Did you go see the last big Avatar movie in a theater or anything like that?
I'm thinking.
I mean, I have friends. Ironically, I have
while.
another friend named Tom who just doesn't watch anything in the theater anymore. He's just like, no, I mean, I've got everything I need at home. You got your 85-inch screens are less than $1,000 now.
Yeah, I mean, we went. I'm just trying to remember the name of the dang movie, and I honestly can't remember what the name of the movie.
Top Gun.
Oh, yeah, that might have been it.
Yeah,
That probably was it.
Top Gun Maverick. So, it's funny. I watched the original Top Gun before I went to see Top Gun Maverick.
Let me ask the wife. You're in the chat. What the heck did we go see last?
That's funny.
The 10 Commandments.
My son likes to go to the movie theater, so we went to see Minecraft, and we went to see The Bad Guys 2, and so we're mostly spending our theatrical money on things that we're all going to enjoy together, or at least he's going to enjoy, because I would rather have him enjoy that experience. Jess, what did you last go to the movies for?
It was a 10-year-old's birthday party with my son, and we watched the Minecraft movie. It was me and a bunch of 10-year-olds. So that was an adventure.
And Jeremy, what about you?
This is so embarrassing, but I've been on disability for a while, but the last thing we had to get to the theater for was the remake of The Hobbit by Peter Jackson.
Oh, well, there you go.
The Hobbit's worth seeing. It was huge and epic, and we loved it.
Now, I love watching the Avatar movies on an IMAX screen, but I do not go to the Avatar movies for the story. I could care less. But let me tell you, the last Avatar movie, there is an hour of that movie that is not at all worth watching at home. There's a full hour in the middle of the movie. There is an hour-long sequence of them exploring their water world that has nothing to do with the story whatsoever.
It's just pretty.
And in the theater, it's enjoyable. I felt like it was on a ride. It was like a theme park ride. So
have you watched it in VR?
I mean, basically, it felt like that, right? You got 3D, and the screen's big enough to feel like it's surrounding you. To me, it's worth paying to go there. When we went to see the Mario movie, we saw it 4DX, and oh my gosh, what an amazing experience! The Mario movie, when you're zooming around on the cart and everything, and you're 4DX, like that was cool. But this is why I believe that movies cross over with the theme park experience, that pop culture, because it is an experience. And that's what gets me to go and see something theatrically. If it's going to be an experience for it, if there's an emotional change I'm going to get out of it. Other than that, I don't care. Because
I argue
people are rude in the theaters. The floors are sticky to walk on. You got popcorn everywhere. It's just, we're very lucky at my local theater because it's a private. It's not an AMC or Regal. We have those around us really close, but I prefer to go to this other one. The seats are great. You get full service and it's wonderful, but I just, the theatrical experience in general, I think it's dying. And when you have something like K-pop Demon Hunters show off that you can put something of value into movie theaters as long as you're doing something brand new and different, written for the right audience with a good enough story and a poppin' soundtrack. You're going to get butts back in seats.
Yep.
And that is the message, I believe, of this story. After this, though, we have some wonderful support that I got to put on the screen. First of all, Going Shogi, member for 13 months. Thank you so much. I'm still salty. I didn't get my Super Saiyan Goku paper crown. I don't know what a Super Saiyan Goku paper
He
crown
explains
is.
it in his super.
Oh, let me look at the super chat. Okay, he's got a super chat right here. For $10, Going Shogi. Thank you so much for the support, Going Shogi. Anime movies never get proper releases. When I went to the launch of Dragon Ball Super AMC Fathom event, it was a packed house. They even ran out of Goku paper Burger King crowns. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Before the first show, yeah. When they have that special, special giveaways or merch, they don't produce enough of it. That kind of sucks. I will tell you, when I was a kid, I loved movie theaters for a whole different reason. What's up, Dan? I loved movie theaters when I was a kid because that's where I got all the decor from my bedroom.
I went to Spencer's.
Yeah, but you had to pay for it in Spencer's.
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I got them for free.
How'd you get them?
I didn't steal them.
At Spencer's.
Yeah.
Wait. Were you going into the back? Were you going into the back section?
No, but my friend's father owned the damn thing.
Oh, okay. So what did your friend's father give you from the back section?
Let's see.
Hopefully
cool stuff. Stuff that you'd probably like with your rainbow buddy, Pedro.
I don't need my summer to sizzle in that way. That's for sure.
You're going to have your winter sizzle soon.
Yeah. What the hell is even in theaters right now? Let's look at the Fantastic Four. Actually, first of all, we have to celebrate. Gotta put this back on the screen. Let's celebrate the member milestone and the $10 super from Going Shogi. So everybody get ready to celebrate in the chat with Wookie Dance. So I gotta let the chat know. In my back area, what are you putting up there? The scorpion?
That came from Spencer's.
Oh, okay.
Still have it.
And you didn't eat it? Sorry, I've eaten scorpions in those like scorpion popsicle things.
Ugh.
Dude, this is acrylic.
Ew.
Oh yeah, I can't eat
And
acrylic.
you'll break a tooth.
Yeah, no.
If you want to try out, I feel you're doing it.
Have you never eaten crickets or scorpions or anything like that? I mean, that's good eating right there.
No.
I've always lived in the first world, Ron.
You live in Michigan. Are you sure about that?
I need to apologize.
Glad you're a
to
missionary.
I want to let the chat know something there. The chat that I'm seeing on StreamYard is way, way, way behind the chat that I'm seeing like on my device on YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff that has come up in the chat on YouTube that I can't see on StreamYard yet, and I don't know why it's behind.
Something happened in the last week. There is something not going right with StreamYard.
Oh. All right, so here a bunch, just now, a whole bunch of it literally just came through all at the same time. Let me see. So it was up to Saturday Night Fever. Where's that? Okay, this one and this one. These all of these just like all came through at the same time. Jess,
Darkwing
you're
Duck.
Darkwing. Darkwing is one of my
loved
favorite
Darkwing.
characters to see at the Halloween party if I go.
I like
Sometimes you
Gizmo
see
Duck too.
Darkwing Duck. Who? Which duck?
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck.
Gizmo Duck. Wow.
That is not something
DuckTales.
I.
He was
DuckTales.
he's like a RoboCop duck.
Yep.
I loved DuckTales and Darkwing Duck.
I wanted to show this out of the numbers as well. So yeah, let me share this. Okay, so getting back to like the big question people ask, what is what is even in theaters right now? This is very, very interesting. So I'm going to put this on the screen and show you what exactly what is in theaters right now. If we go to the full weekend chart on the numbers, number 1, K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, number 2 was Weapons. Number 3, Freakier Friday. And here's the per theater average. Now it's up there. So the per theater average for K-pop Demon Hunters was $11,294 per theater. When you compare that to both Disney movies that are in the box office right now, Freakier Friday, $2,421 per theater. Fantastic Four, $1,800 per theater. Just absolutely. I mean, like K-pop Demon Hunters blew those away.
Could you picture if they leave that in the theater for 2 weeks?
Oh my gosh!
If AMC picks it up, it's $100 million movie if they let it run.
Easy.
$100 million.
$100 million is on top of whatever they're getting from Netflix. I mean, it's just why not? I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that.
They're allergic to success, man. They are allergic to success.
Hollywood is not, honey. Hollywood isn't getting it. Okay, so here's a movie that I've seen a very, very little advertisement for, and the advertisement that I have seen has made me not want to go see it, and it's called Honey Don't. Has anyone seen an advertisement or heard of Honey Don't?
I've never even heard
Not
of it.
at all.
Okay, It is a Chris Evans led movie, and apparently, from all what I can make out from the trailers is that Chris Evans is a fake televangelist.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
hold the phone.
Hold the phone. Oh my gosh. Wild Man of Yavin.
Wow.
You didn't have to do that, man. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. It's happy birthday to you. Happy from Sean Connery. If I were Sean Connery, I'd come in here and I'd say, Wild Man of Yavin, happy birthday, my friend. Guys, that calls for a big celebration. Wild Man of Yavin coming in here like that. First of all, if you don't mind, I will sing you happy birthday. I know Culture does it too. Culture and I can have a birthday song off, but if anybody on the panel wants to join, I don't know. You can play it with your guitars in the background. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Wild Man of Yavin.
Yavin.
Happy birthday to you. And now it's time for a celebration. Everybody, this is going to be the long one. Let's celebrate.
Too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo!
Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. It's making me mental. But at least say yes, you can be on the show.
I think I would go so crazy.
It was a peaceful planet, and then he brought wild to the skies. Thank you, Wild Man of Yavin. That was awesome. We appreciate you so much. And hopefully you'll be here on the Pro Show. Sean Connery. So you and Sean Connery have the same birthday. You know, it's so funny. Like that. It's the funniest thing on Facebook, right? You know, when I check every morning to see if I got my birthday notifications and can send out my birthday wishes, right? And it's always interesting to see whose birthdays overlap. Like I think, was it yesterday? Maybe somebody in the panel can tell me. It was also Jay Drunk 3PO's birthday. Was that yesterday?
That sounds right.
I think yesterday or today or something like that.
So yeah, because I have other friends, and it was like just lots of birthdays the last couple days. So yeah, big day, big time, man. And my beautiful wife has chimed in and said, "Happy birthday, Wild Man of Yavin." Thanks so much. And yeah, the 24th was going shogies. Yeah, that was the dates go by. My birthday coming up November 1st. It's funny, guys. So I started doing the stream, and Pro invited me December 2023 to be on the stream, and then I've been doing with Pro ever since. Well, what was funny is discovering that Lorena Creole and Culture Casino and myself, we all have our birthdays the same week, the first week of November.
Me.
You're the first week of November too?
12th.
Oh, you're the 12th. Okay.
November 12th.
November 12th. So a whole bunch of November birthdays. We just got to get together and have like a big old birthday
party. That's why I have a scorpion from Spencer's.
So that would make sense. Am I middle scorpion? When does Scorpio end? I can't remember. Like the 15th. But yeah.
Yeah, 16th, 17th, I think.
I always love the story of the scorpion and the frog. You know that story, Tom? Yeah. That was one of my favorite stories for those that don't know it.
I like the Scorpion King better.
Yeah. I was on set. I was on set for the Scorpion King, actually. That's kind of funny.
Such good CGI.
Yeah. It's dated, okay? It's dated, Jeremy. It's
so
dated.
Bad. This is so bad.
It looks like Dwayne Johnson had some kind of fit. Just
he had plastered. He had claws for hands. He couldn't wipe.
Eat some bran. Yeah.
The story of the scorpion and the frog is real simple. The scorpion needs a ride across the pond, and so he asks the frog. He says, "Can I jump on your back across the pond?" He goes, "No, man. You're a scorpion. You're going to sting me." He goes, "Oh, no, I promise. Don't worry. I promise I won't sting you." And finally convinces the frog to let him on. And then the frog gets him all the way over to the other side of the pond, and then the scorpion stings him. And he goes, "What'd you do that for?" He goes, "I'm a scorpion. It's in my nature. You should have known that."
Yep.
So,
and then he went into criminal defense.
That's what scorpions do, man. We sting people.
Criminal defense.
It's in my nature. It's in my nature. So, and then the thing that I wanted to point out from the weekend box office, if I can put that on the screen, I wanted to point out where the Fantastic Four is total. So the Fantastic Four for its theatrical run is up to a whole $490 million. worldwide, which means it hasn't even hit it's not even close to hitting its break-even point yet, which is probably at least 800 million. And then if you look back at Superman still in the box office, although I think it's on home release now as well. 604 million worldwide, which Man of Steel did 623 worldwide, I think, back in 2013. But here's the deal: if it was out today, it would have been 950 or so million worldwide. With inflation,
massive, yeah.
All good going, Shogi. We'll see you in just a moment. But yeah. So the reason I wanted to bring that up is because superhero movies, I don't know if it's, yes, maybe it is to a degree, superhero fatigue. Yeah, sure, that's a thing, and I get it. But these are two of the biggest names in superhero movies. The problem is not the superhero genre movie. I still think it's not the superhero genre movie. I still think it's that over the last 5 years, we haven't had very many good ones. When it comes, they're putting out. They've prioritized. What's the word for it? The amount.
Quantity
over quality. Yeah.
Over quality. So all of this quantity gets put out, and we're not getting the quality of it. So this is again out of thatparkplace.com. Superman and Fantastic Four couldn't save the superhero genre. And it's really, really interesting. We're finding out this is also by our good friend Marvin Montanaro out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't. There's our friend Pedro Pascal and David Corn Sweat. You know, it's funny because he has a Smallville type name, Corn Sweat.
It sounds like something you get when you eat too much chili and have to run to the bathroom.
It's actually something that we get in Ohio, believe it or not.
The corn sweats?
Yes. Are not as like people, but it impacts our humidity levels because we have that many cornfields. Michigan might be the same way.
You actually have corn sweat.
Yeah. Yep.
For years, Hollywood insisted the superhero genre was too big to fail. Marvel and DC might stumble here or there, but whenever the chips were down, a tentpole reboot would swoop in and restore audience faith. That was the expectation for 2025 when James Gunn's new Superman and Marvel's The Fantastic Four First Steps arrived to great industry fanfare. These were the movies that were supposed to stop the bleeding, unite the audiences, and reignite box office firepower. Instead, they proved the exact opposite. Even the biggest names in comic book history can't save a genre audiences are walking away from. Superman, a Man of Steel that couldn't fly. James Gunn's Superman wasn't a disaster. In fact, at $601 million worldwide, it was the best performing superhero movie of 2025 so far. That figure reveals the problem. Superman is one of the most recognizable characters on the planet. His first flight in the new DC universe should have been a billion-dollar event. Instead, it stalled just past 600 million. A profitable film, but not a phenomenon. The international markets that once bolstered comic book movies never materialized. And at home, the movie faced polite applause instead of the must-see excitement a reboot of a genre's founding hero should command. Gunn promised a bold new vision. What audiences got was a reminder that even Superman can't overcome a fatigue. And the Fantastic Four, on the other hand, Marvel's first family with a second-class box office as Superman underperformed. The Fantastic Four First Steps outright collapsed. Long hyped as the MCU's Great Reset, Marvel built the movie up as the cornerstone of Phase 6. Its $100 million domestic opening weekend suggested Marvel still had box office magic, but within a week, that illusion vanished. A brutal 67% second weekend drop signaled audiences weren't buying in. By the end of its run, the film grossed just $475 million worldwide for a team meant to inherit the mantle of the Avengers. That number is closer to mid-tier than marquee. Once upon a time, Marvel's first family might have been an ace in the hole. In 2025, they couldn't even hold the audience interest for 2 weekends. let's find out why these movies mattered so much before we get to the next section. These weren't side projects like Eternals or spin-offs like Ant-Man. These were Superman and the Fantastic Four, characters who defined the comic book medium. Their failures carry more weight because they prove the problem isn't niche characters or uneven scheduling. The problem is the entire genre. Audiences aren't rallying for the biggest names anymore. The superhero fatigue isn't just real, it's devouring the icon. So what do you guys think? Superhero fatigue? I mean, we haven't had, from what I understand, this is the first year since 2011 outside of the lockdown era. Okay. So we're getting rid of those years. But outside of the lockdown era, my understanding is that this is the first year since 2011 we haven't had a superhero movie hit 700 million at the box office.
And due to the inflation, that's 1.2 billion in today's dollars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it's but my point is, like, these movies they're basically, let's say we take it back to 2011, we're talking about these movies hitting 250 to 400 million total worldwide.
Disaster.
On budgets, mind you, the production budget, the reported production budget,
which is never true,
before marketing, before reshoots, before all the extra stuff, we're talking about $250 million budgets. You put the marketing and all the reshoots in there, each one of these things are costing at least $500 million to the companies producing them, meaning they probably got to hit $800 to $1 billion worldwide, $800 million to $1 billion worldwide just to break even. So where's the profit in all this coming from? How are they making a profit? Are they profiting? What's going on?
Well, I think that's why we're seeing, in Disney's case, them taking deals from some of these other countries who want to have their theme parks licensed out to them. I really think that that's where they're getting a lot of the money from. I mean, we already know that Walt Disney World is huge as far as money making for the company, and they're not reinvesting it back in that park. So,
no,
I think
it's funny because
to make up for the loss.
The money they are spending in the park is not very money well spent when you destroy the iconic things that people love. When you have space to put, I don't even want to go into it, Walt Disney World, because what they're doing there is just such a rip compared to what they could be doing. Yeah, I've had such good ideas. There's a very simple thing. The NBA experience, for example, this is not even in the parks, but it's at Disney Springs. The NBA experience was a bust. Beautiful facility, sitting empty, and what a great place to put a Walt Disney Museum in. You take that space. You have there's 2 movie theaters in there, where they spaces where they show museum type movies for the NBA stuff. They had them right. Perfect backdrop for a Walt Disney Museum. So movies of his life and stuff. And I was thinking, what a great place to showcase everything in Walt Disney's life that led up to Walt Disney World, the creation of Walt Disney World, the future of what's coming to Walt Disney World, all right there. And then here's my thing that I think is the coolest thing about it. There are retired attractions that are beloved that had to go away for one reason or another, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Through modern technology, CGI and VR experience, they could put together in CGI and VR, like you put that headset on and you're getting into the Nautilus and you're going on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea again. You put that in a room where 4 people can experience the same ride together, and a grandparent can take their grandkids on rides that they enjoyed when they were a kid, even though it's not real, but it's still that experience. I mean, I think that it would be like a half-day experience. You could easily sell $100 ticket to,
for sure.
Even 100, and people, it would sell out. People would love it. But the problem is that would actually honor Walt Disney, and I'm not sure that the Walt Disney Company wants to honor Walt Disney.
You mean Miss Piggy Shower Bob? No, he doesn't want to do that.
Oh, well, you think so? My goodness. But I mean, so where does this lead us if Superman, okay, and so here's the movies that have come out this year. You have Captain Falcon and the Red Hulk that never should have been.
I already forgot about that.
You have the
Why'd you
Thunderdolts.
remind me?
That was this year? Oh my gosh.
You know, I
need to go
keep
take a
saying
shower. I'll be back.
this. The Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts could have
Flush.
been a great movie if it would not have been a Thunderbolts movie. If it would have been a Sentry movie, and the movie would have been about Sentry, but then the Thunderbolts would have had to come in and stop him, that would have made it much, much better. That would have made it a far superior movie, especially since is it Kurt Russell's kid that plays that role? I think it might be Kurt Russell's kid. It was no, not Kurt. No, it's not Kurt Russell's kid. It's the guy from Independence Day, the guy who played the president, Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman's kid. It's who plays Sentry, and I mean he knocked it out of the park. He was great in the role. And if it would have been written right and focused on him, I think it would have been a much better movie. And they could have really produced it for a lower budget, and it could have been done. It could have been great, but instead, I think it with Marvel. I think there's Marvel fatigue. I think there's MCU fatigue. Like what Jess was saying earlier, they've given us so much crap. Nobody trusts them anymore.
Yeah, it's superhero with messaging. I didn't want to see messaging in my superheroes. I just wanted fun to watch superhero stuff.
Well, and then you have things like Ironheart. Anybody here watch Ironheart all the way through?
I unfortunately I did that. I did that with the thing with Lorena.
Yeah.
And
she's evil.
It's she's not it's
literally sold her soul to the
villain
devil.
story.
Literally sold her soul to the devil. Now, I am watching something right now on television it ended last year. And it's Superman and Lois. Anybody here a fan of Superman and Lois?
I watched that series.
My wife no, she was Lois and Clark, sorry. She was Lois and Clark.
Okay, so I really am feeling watching Superman and Lois like it is a spiritual successor, if you will, to Lois and Clark. Lois and Clark ended the very last show with them getting a baby. And Superman and Lois begins with them having teenage sons. So it's not the same storyline, but I say it's a spiritual successor because it kind of feels like, okay, if Lois and Clark would have had the kids and raised them and stuff, okay, so it's just a spiritual successor. But there is a character in Superman and Lois, who is the version of Ironheart that I think people would love to see. And her name, I think they call her Starlight. And she is the daughter of Steel. So and so she's also got an iron suit, and when she's putting it on, it gives her like the suit has the powers of Superman, if you will, in a way, like flight and strength and stuff like that when she's wearing it. And she's such a sweet girl. Like there are some attitudinal things that when you do see them, they give you a backup reason for those things, like that, like a real legit reason. And then they show her overcoming them, not getting worse throughout the entire series like Ironheart did. Ironheart just like dug herself deeper and deeper and deeper to the point that she literally made a deal with Satan in the end of it. Like it's crazy. Well, this girl, her name is Natalie, and I think she comes into the show as a 15-year-old girl, ends up 16 at the end of it or something, but she's a sweetheart. She's a dear, and she ends up being kind of like a stepsister to Superman's boys. And it just works. And I look at it and I'm going, okay, so like I look at this and I think Ironheart actually had the potential to be a good character. And they wrote her into the ground. Yep. And they're doing that with all of the Marvel characters lately. It's like, who is in the writer's room getting these ideas and throwing them on the screen the way they are? And my mind is blown at how bad it's gotten. I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts. Is it like, am I alone in this, or
no?
What?
I think Katie Sackhoff's recent interview that's kind of blown up, I think it sums up everything. It ruined her life to do something that used to be a career booster.
Yeah.
You know, it hurt her, not just her career, but like spiritually, she was broken by what they did to her with that character.
Yeah,
That's
and I
bad.
think we have.
They just don't know how to write for them.
Yeah, and we have a little bit of that here. Again, Katie Sackhoff reveals the Mandalorian broke her.
Yes.
Real problem with Disney Star Wars is confirmed, and she, here's what Jeremy was talking about for the chat. It says, let's see, I'm trying to see. It's talking about her as Bo-Katan. Sackhoff admitted the opposite. She never connected with Bo-Katan in live action. She lost all her confidence after season 3. She basically didn't work for 3 years because of it. That's not just a personal struggle. It's a window into what went wrong with the show and Disney Star Wars itself. And here's what she had to say. This is a quote by Katie. I lost all my confidence after Mandalorian, she admitted on an episode of the podcast Sackhoff Show. All of it. Bo-Katan is nowhere near who I am as a human being. I never felt her in my stomach. It broke me. It just broke me. Those aren't words of an actress riding high on the Star Wars fame. They're the words of someone who says she started doubting everything about herself and who admits she basically didn't work for 3 years. That's a career crisis. And it points to a deeper creative problem inside Disney Lucasfilm, meaning they don't know how to write these female characters as real people. That's what she was struggling with when she did the live action version of it. It wasn't even like the cartoon version of it that she had voiced.
She dominated those Clone Wars cartoons. That's why she got this role. She was so good in that animated series. So good. They ruined it.
Wild Man of Yevon says, when I was a teenager, I had a thing for Supergirl. I'll admit it. I am so worried about now how Hollywood is about to destroy her. What I remember, comics of the 90s, mine is what I read. You think about Supergirl too. So Wild Man, Supergirl didn't do well at the box office. The Supergirl movie that was part of the Superman series in the 90s, in the 80s, go way back, right? The 80s. The Superman television series, the CW, it got quite a bit woke, but it wasn't a horrible series. They did a lot of things. There was a lot of Skittles messaging in that show that I ended up having to turn it off. I was like, yuck. But it was interesting because my good friend Dean Cain, well, not good friend, we've worked together and I know him, but Dean Cain, who was Superman in Lois and Clark, was Supergirl's Earth adoptive father in that series. So I think he was only on 1 or 2 episodes but I always think about that when I say that Superman and Lois is like the spiritual successor to Lois and Clark, that technically speaking, because Tyler Hoechlin's Superman is that Supergirl's cousin. So in a sense, Dean Cain is related to Tyler Hoechlin's Superman in that series. So it's interesting, but yes, Helen Slater was perfect casting. I agree with you. And I see that where you say, like, I don't want that taken away. Yeah, you're not wrong. When they take the characters that we loved as kids and they screw them up, it hurts. It hurts on a visceral level. It really bothered me that something I always wanted to see in a Justice League movie, I actually did get to see in this newest Superman movie, but it didn't belong in this movie. And that was the Hall of Justice. The Hall of Justice from the Super Friends. Like, if you wanted to do a Super Friends movie that was, hey, we're going to take the 1970s Super Friends and do a movie and call it Super Friends, and you're letting everybody know this is a live action version of the 1970s Super Friends, I'm cool with that. Like, I would actually be down with that. But you need to tell me ahead of time that that's what this is, and it's not a Superman movie. The problem with this movie is that it was titled Superman.
Yeah.
And it was about everything but Superman. I mean, one of the memes that's going around, like a video meme that I love, is it says Superman's screams compared through the years in movies, right? And it's showing it shows Christopher Reeve when he screamed about Lois, and he flies up in the air to spin. It's like, ah! And then it shows like Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, and he's like, ah! And it shows Tyler Hoechlin, and he's fighting this face. Ah! He's got this face, and then and then it shows the last one, and it's David Cornsweet getting kicked by Krypton, going, ah! And it's the funniest meme, because you're like, that meme alone explains the problem with this version of Superman. And it just, for me, it didn't work. I can actually see why it does work for the people that it works for, but it just didn't work for me. And here's where the problem is: when you write these superhero movies, you got to write them as much for the general public as possible. Can't write them to how you feel about the character. You can't be, I'm going to make James Gunn Superman because I'm James Gunn. You could do that with Star-Lord because there was no other version of Star-Lord. You got to create Star-Lord. You don't get to create Superman, unfortunately. So, yeah. And, yeah, see, your 12-year-old son loved the new Superman, and I get it. I get it because it was that Super Friends version of it. So if you don't have a background of seeing other versions of Superman, it could easily be loved. I totally get that. Totally get it. So you watch the movie 7 times. And I think a 12-year-old is probably the dog. I think the 12-year-old is probably on board with the kaiju. I'm not. I can't do a kaiju in a Superman movie. That just, like, can't wrap my head around that stuff.
I consider it, like I told you, a gremlin. They just put water on it.
It's a gremlin. It's so weird. But yeah, there were things that I could like about it. But overall, yeah. Yes, I'm keeping track on the time, Tom. As a matter of a fact, there's one other story that I want to get to in just a second, but I'll finish it out with this. My overall thought on where we are with movies today is that if they want to reignite the superhero genre, they have to write for everybody. They have to go back to something that general audiences can clamor onto. I really thought, my thought was that after what happened with Endgame, they started to go bigger, and that was a mistake. What they should have done is pulled back. I don't think that it was at all wrong for them to start with WandaVision, but I think that after that, they probably, like Miss Marvel, for example, instead of doing Miss Marvel as a series, doing Miss Marvel as a movie, I think would have actually worked better. Introduce Miss Marvel as a movie. She's a teenager. She's got her own thing. You can write a teenage movie for teenagers, and instead of spending all that money on a series, you actually would have spent less money producing a movie and putting that out there. Characters like that, and then rebuild who your heroes are. Unfortunately, we've had a mishmash of things in the MCU, so the MCU is just disconjointed as ever right now. Doesn't make any sense. Superman should have started with Superman instead of the Justice Gang. And with Supergirl, Wildman of Yavin, what you're talking about with Supergirl, I'm really worried, when you start off with excusing that, well, she's on a bender near a red sun because it's the only place she can get drunk.
Oh my God.
That's not the way you want to get started with that.
Ron, real quick, is it true some of these are shooting without a script, that they don't even really write it?
Okay, so Iron Man 1 got generally without a script. But here's the thing with Iron Man 1. You had talented actors and people working on it. RDJ created a lot of his own lines for that. RDJ came up with, I'm Iron Man. I mean, he came up with it. So, yeah, when you have the right people, it can work. But when you have a discombobulated mess like what they're doing with Doomsday, and they don't have a script, you're screwed. It's absolutely true. Supergirl, a lot of these they don't have scripts for. They have, they're given sides for the day. They're like the dailies, right? So you have when I shot the movie that I was in with Dean Cain, I had a full script ahead of time so that I was able to read and memorize and all of that. And then we would get to set and we would rehearse the scene, I want to say 10 times before we shot. Then we would usually shoot maybe 5 to 10 takes, sometimes different angles and stuff. So it was just, sometimes it wasn't even about the take. It was just about the angle that they wanted to get. Shooting a movie is, I don't know, it's such an interesting, now that I've been a part of it, it's like a really, really interesting thing. I could talk about it from a perspective that I did not know before. It's very cool. But yeah, they are, you have the Russo brothers that are directing Doomsday, but I don't think that the same writers are on board that they worked with before, Marcus and McFeely. So I don't know. I think Doomsday might be literally Doomsday for the MCU.
I just wanted to do a quick contrast. Remember the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit? I loved those.
Yeah.
They spent 2 years script storyboard. They almost didn't get made because they put so much time into all of that prep. They didn't start shooting till year 3.
I want to compare that. Have you ever heard of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People?
Yes.
Yeah.
Book. Okay. So I was lucky enough to meet Stephen Covey one time. It just happened to be eating in the same restaurant together, and I went up and talked to him. Nice guy. But 7 Habits is, I think that sharpen the saw is one of the habits. Like he said, if I was given 6 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 5.5 hours sharpening the saw, and then I would have it so sharp that it would cut down the tree in 30 minutes. And that's what writing a good script is. It's sharpening the saw. So yeah, I would equivocate it to that. Wildman says, I'm waiting on Ron to tell us how he was a safari guide in Zimbabwe or something. I keep hearing his tales of working on XXX or XXX. I have never been in a XXX. I promise you that.
Oh, no.
I was a gondola driver. That is true. And I was not a safari guide in Zimbabwe. I would never, but I was a ghost and haunt tour guide. That is 100% true. It was like a 6-month gig. It's a part-time thing because you only do it start at 9:00 at night on those tours. I think I did it 2 or 3 nights a week. It was fun. It was a blast. But yeah, I've had a lot of different jobs. Well, all the experience in the world. What did they say? Like dabbler of everything, master of nothing, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yes, I jacked a lot. No, wait, that sounds bad.
I'm just not going to say nothing. Nope, not going there.
I have jacked all trades. My God.
Did you get carjacked too, Ron? With Pedro in the backseat of a red convertible with Prince playing Little Red Corvette?
Can we stop?
Pay attention.
Oh, boy.
Here's the thick of the plot. I pulled up to the corner at the edge of my block, and that's when I saw this beautiful girly girl walking up, pulled up my car phone to perpetrate like I was talking.
Rolling in your 5.0. Drop down there so your hair can flow.
I pulled up
that
to
was
the house about 7 or 8. Now
let's get jiggy with it, shall we? All right, we got one
vanilla ice over there.
Yes,
right.
Ice, baby. Speaking of vanilla ice, I'm not going to play it on this. It's not even appropriate for this show, but it is funny. There is something with me and Vanilla Ice on YouTube. If you type in, just go type in your search on YouTube, Ron E. Bradley, Vanilla Ice Madonna, it'll pull up. Because I used to do as my ender when I was doing stand-up comedy, a joke about Vanilla Ice and Madonna doing a duet. So, Jess, I will send you the link later. Okay,
Please do.
I will. I was so skinny. I was so skinny back then. I was 19 years old when it was filmed. That was I was 1991 when that thing was filmed, I believe, and it was at the Funny Bone in St. Louis. But yeah, there were three or two, I guess, really two different eras of my life that I did stand-up comedy. One in 1992, and then another one in like 2008 to 2012. I was a Vanilla Ice video. My wife knows exactly. My beautiful wife knows exactly what that is. Yes. We have one more story to cover real quick, and this is out of thatparkplace.com, and it's a theme park story. We're going to do a somewhat good, positive Walt Disney World story, shall we? This is out of thatparkplace.com. It's by yours truly, Ron E. Bradley. That would be me. I wrote it. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so.
Is it in crayon?
I wrote it in crayon.
Cool.
Fall decor debuts at the Magic Kingdom because, hey, it's August. So,
makes sense.
Yeah, I know, right? Somebody was telling me that their Lowe's got their stuff out in July. This is this. So I took all these pictures. I was there last week on Thursday, and I took all these pictures of the Magic Kingdom. So there it is. The Magic Kingdom is officially decorated for the fall season. There it is, guys. You can see the pumpkins. You can see the bunting. It's everywhere. In Orlando, the locals know the Halloween harvest season begins the moment the kiddos return to school, which is the second week of August. Spirit Halloween shops open up. Universal Orlando prepares for Halloween Horror Nights. And over at Walt Disney World's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has already begun. Yes, it has. There's a scarecrow on Main Street, USA, decorated for the fall. Photo credit. What does that mean at the Magic Kingdom? Well, it's time for all the flourish of fall. What's so scary about Halloween in August? Well, in Orlando, it's the weather. As I write this, at this very moment, I'm hearing the roar of one of our daily thunderstorms here in O-Town, and believe me, it's loud. And of course, the rain pounding on my rooftop is also far from silent. This is true. While I was writing the story, all of a sudden, there was just a massive thunderstorm that hit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is our August weather, and people are coming here to celebrate fall. It's so weird. And when it's not storming, well, then we're suffering under the daily heat advisory with humidity combined with temperatures that make it feel well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the most shaded of areas, even at the most magical place on Earth. Despite all that, the opening night of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party fell on Friday, August the 15th, 2025, and that meant the Magic Kingdom had to be ready and all decked out for this annual celebration. And it is. High temps, just ignore and enjoy the autumn decor. While it didn't happen overnight as it used to, all of the fall decor at the Magic Kingdom seemed to be in place when I visited on August the 14th, one day prior to the opening of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The fall bunting adorned windows and rooftops along Main Street, USA. The jack-o'-lanterns were carefully placed in windowsills, large pumpkins in front of and behind the Main Street train station, and friendly scarecrows welcomed crowds to the front plaza. And of course, it wouldn't be autumn at the Magic Kingdom without the famous Mickey jack-o'-lantern wreath lights on every light pole along Main Street and all the way down to Cinderella's castle. Family fall fun food. And of course, the merch, along with the decor. Walt Disney World cannot go without the harvest season, harvesting a few dollars from the guests with specialized seasonal food and merchandise offerings. Stop on by Aloha Isle for the Halloween season exclusive Dole Whip mango and chamoy float with chili lime seasoning. And at Pecos Bill's, rustle up some of that pumpkin pie mini churros. Yes, indeed. Seasonal offerings such as these can be found in nearly every food service location within the Magic Kingdom, as well as many others sprinkled throughout the rest of Walt Disney World Resort. Want to take home a replica of the famous Mickey jack-o'-lantern wreaths? It can be yours for the low price of just $99.99. And of course, however, can you leave without Halloween-themed popcorn bucket for around $30? Well, at least the unlimited refills are only $2.25 each. Yeah, Halloween season. Any of you guys ever go to a Mickey's Not So Scary party or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party
2019.
2019 you went? How was
I
it?
haven't been back since.
Did you fill your bag with candy?
It was fun. I actually lost my soles there of my boots.
Oh, okay. That
You
makes
had
sense.
2. Oh, interesting.
I had 2 each foot, Jeremy. I was walking and I was dressed up as a pirate because you can get dressed up. And well, let's just say those guys that scrape the shovels and leave sparks. I was leaving sparks with the shanks of my boots.
Oh yeah, in the parade.
I still picture some janitor going like this, going, "Is that a boot bottom?"
and is it a boot bottom?
Is that a boot bottom? Did somebody lose their soul? Yes.
I lost my soul at Walt Disney World. Yeah, I can't say that I don't feel like I didn't necessarily lose my soul working at Walt Disney World. That's for sure.
That's a different story.
It is a different story, but it's not completely without merit. I'm trying to see. So when I was there the other day, I took some of those pictures. I'm just going to see if I can find some of the video that I took. Oh, but I'll start with this one because it's interesting. If I can bring it up and it brings up properly. So if you can see the video, this is me coming in to the Magic Kingdom on the monorail. What's interesting about this, yes, the fall decor was up. What you're seeing is like I'm taking the video from the monorail, and look what happens when we get to the toll plaza at Magic Kingdom. Okay, this was early in the morning. Look how many cars are at the toll plaza waiting to get in.
So dead.
When was this?
They're 14th, August the 14th.
Wow.
That's embarrassing.
That's
a
the cars
Thursday.
coming into the Magic Kingdom right there.
That's nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No.
I've sat in
it wasn't particularly
heavy
busy
traffic
that day.
there before. That's crazy.
Wow.
No, yeah.
You would have thought that was SeaWorld during
been in the past.
an off day.
No, well, I mean, you've been to SeaWorld lately, Tom. You know SeaWorld's not like that anymore. You have to wait in traffic to get in SeaWorld every single time I've been lately.
Yeah.
On any day of the week that I've been to SeaWorld lately. Yeah, it's crazy at Universal. It's crazy at SeaWorld. The Magic Kingdom. Well, I took this picture at the opening plaza, walking in to the Magic Kingdom. How many people do you see in this picture? It's not like I was telling people, "Hey, go get out of the way."
Come on, you
I
use
can
Magic
squint
Eraser
and
and
see
a
3.
chalkboard. Come on.
I gotta put this comment up because I just saw it. It's funny. Ron, remember that time with Dean Cain and we were doing such and such? Also, Ron, remember that time with Vanilla Ice and Banana Shirt? I know I've had an eclectic life. I'm waiting on Ron to go on about some story. He and Prince and Pink. I never met Prince. I never had anything to do with Prince, although I really am a big fan of Prince.
They were beignets. They weren't pancakes.
Yeah. You could have had a
red Corvette. Come on.
Yeah. You could have had a non-pandemic photo shoot in front of the Welcome to Walt Disney World sign without being fear. That is true. That's true. It's really weird because I remember. Okay. In how much time do we have left? Not very much. Okay. Let me finish this up here. In April of 2020, the beginning of the pandemic, everything was shut down. Walt Disney World was shut down. The only thing that was open was a golf course way at the end. So we went out to Walt Disney World. We drove out there, and it like there was no traffic. It was like so dead. What's really, really weird is that on any day of the week now, if you go in the middle of the day, it's really similar. And it's pretty freaking eerie that it's almost as dead as it was in 2020 when it was closed. So, Yeah, there's a lot of this fall decor that I would love to show off these pictures. But yeah, this is where they're at right now. They're decorated for the fall. You can see a
It
couple of cast members walking in. Go ahead.
seeing the photos that you had of the mayor and like the lady with the parasol, it makes me miss the Streetmosphere characters in Magic Kingdom because those actually used to
Oh
represent
yeah.
like people that you could meet.
Yeah, I'm friends with the some of the people that portray those, and same thing with Hollywood Studios, the Streetmosphere characters there. I love that. And it's missing that a lot. But that is the last of the stories. We are going to get you guys over to Pro in just a minute. Before we get going, we had some amazing support on the show today from Go and Shogi with a $10 super chat coming in here with that. And 13-month member milestone. I can't believe it's been 13 months. It's going by so fast. Thank you so much, Go and Shogi, for wrenching and for the support and for everything you do and for our friendship. And then, man, Wild Man, I can't believe coming in here with $100. Yeah, so super appreciated. So thank you so much. Again, we will be here every Monday and Wednesday night before the Pro Show and Sundays after Hollywood Backlot with you, Lou and you on T3PO. And I think it deserves one last celebration before we go.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
Oh, this is too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. Okay, this anticipation. It's making me mental. But at least say yes to you during the show. I think I would go so crazy.
Thank you so much for the support. I want to thank all of my guests tonight. Real quick, where can we find you, Mister? Oh no, wait! I did the wrong. I hit the wrong button, Jeremy. I meant to do this. That's what I meant to do, Jeremy. Where can people find you and your Strings and Pucks?
Please go to Strings and Pucks on YouTube. I'm putting up live performances, my acoustic coffee shop, and I'll be streaming those live soon. So please come by and subscribe.
So Strings and Pucks on the YouTube. Please do go there and subscribe to him. Then we have our good friend Tom the Bomb.
My channel, Ron's channel, Bro's channel, Miranda's channel, Culture channel, swinging his thing around. My channel, I'm going to do some more launches, hopefully coming up, and maybe cause some ruckus with Ron someplace. Who knows?
So he's showing off his rockets and he's swinging his thing around, ladies and gentlemen.
Swinging a wrench, Ron. It's a blue wrench.
And Jess Hart's the theme parks.
I don't know how to follow that.
Well, that's why we follow the Bradley's Fun.
It's true. At least I have a direction. No, just find me on all your socials and check me out here on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, I would really appreciate it. So thank you for having me on.
Shai. Oh, always. Thank you guys so much. And thank you in the chat. We are going to send you right over to the Pro Show right now. I want to thank everybody for your support. Thank all of my guests. Thank you all for being here. We will see you Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And until then, bye, everybody. Ciao. See you real soon. Bye. Thank you.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shot.